Good morning, and welcome back to Miniature Monday on Gaming with ADHD. Today we are going to continue our look at the Warmachine starter sets. This time we're going to look at the Khador Battlegroup, also known as Fantasy Russia. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did do a review of Servants of War by Larry Correia. And this is basically a lot of the inspiration for that story, at least in my understanding. So we're going to open it up, take a look at the contents. I'll show off how the miniatures arrive, and then we'll have a quick jump, and I will show you what the miniatures look like assembled. So with that said, let's open it up and start taking a look. So, it's obviously the same size box as all of the other starter sets for Warmachine, but you can notice right here that you only get 3 models out of this one. Usually you're getting about 4 or 5. So that is basically because of the Kador Warjacks only come in heavy Warjacks. They don't do any light Warjacks. So whereas most starter sets, you'll get a heavy and 2 light jacks. This one, you get your warcaster and then 2 heavy jacks. So, obviously, you're going to get all of the other starter components, which we will still take a look at in case this is your first time here. All right, so opening it up, we start off with the Prime Rules Digest. So basically, these are the rules for Warmachine Mark III, but in a small, easy to transport version. It's the, as far as I understand, it is the complete rules. They do give you 9 different scenarios. They also give you some instructions based on hordes and how to integrate those into the games, because the games are designed to work with each other, so obviously need to give Warmachine players some understanding of how it's different. Obviously, with the Horde starters, which I do not have, I'm going to assume that their rulebooks are very similar. All right, we then have our Kador Introductory Guide. So we're going to get some fiction. About 6 pages of fiction, some ads, tactics, how to grow your army, pictures, modeling, painting. So, basically just an introduction to the hobby, which I actually really like these. Especially because it's just hey, here's a quick introduction to your faction. So many people or players get absolutely invested in their faction. So the fact that they're giving you that little bit of fluff to go with it, I really like. All right, we then have a paper ruler. Go get a tape measure. Come on, people! It is 2022. You can get a tape measure. And we then have our playmat. Now, the playmat is plain on one side. But then on the other side, you'll notice it has different markings on it. And these are for the different scenarios, so you know where to start things or where your objectives are, things like that. But overall, not bad. It's heavier than just regular paper. It appears to be plastic coated, so it should hold up pretty well. Not as big a risk at spilling things on it, so that's always nice. We then get the basic training booklet. Now, these are the exact same in all of the books, or all the starter sets. They give you some basic cards and some tokens that you can use for opposing forces if you just have the one set. your templates for both spray and blast, and then basic training scenarios. So starting out with just movement, terrain and movement, ranged combat, concealment and cover, melee combat, charging, spending focus and boosting. Focus is basically the magic ability of your warcaster, your warjacks, spell casting, offensive spells, and a basic duel. So they give you 11 missions, plus you get the 9 different scenarios, which are designed for like tournament play out of the rule book. So really good there. All right, we then have our bag of tokens. These are the same tokens in all the boxes. Plain 6-sided dice, nothing special. I still maintain it would have been nice if they included faction dice in that, but there's obviously extra cost. All right, for our cards, we get our Wardcaster, Lord Kozlov, the Decimator Heavy Warjack, the Juggernaut Heavy Warjack, Lord Kozlov's spell list, and his feat, and then a card for a obstacle spell, I'm assuming. Alright. Actually, I have no idea why he has that one. Oh well, I will research that later. So those are the cards. And then, I apologize if you heard my wife in the background. Alright, we then have the miniatures that come individually bagged. So we have our Warcaster and the bases in one. And we have the 2 heavy jacks in their own bags. Now, these are, this red plastic is absolutely blinding, but I do still like that they did that. They gave a way to, so if 2 people pick up a starter set each, then it's very easy to identify. They don't have to paint anything, just go. So anyways, that is the contents. I'm going to take a break for a minute. I am going to assemble these, and I will come back, and I will give you my final thoughts and let you actually see the models, give you some 360 turnarounds of them, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So I have been gone for about 30 minutes to get these all assembled. Now I realize that the colors are kind of washed out, so you can't see the detail as much as I would like, but overall I think it's getting you the right idea. This is the Decimator Heavy Warjack. All of these went together very easily. Like I said, I've been gone about 30 minutes. It was definitely not the same experience I had with the Menoth starter set. I very much like these. I'm not sure if it was a residue on the plastic or what, but I did have to hold everything in place a bit longer, even using accelerant, to get them to stick. But overall, it wasn't too bad. Everything fit together very cleanly, went together in the right spot. So overall, I don't have any complaints. For this model, like for the heavy warjacks in general, I mean, they're just big, beefy robots, and that's what I love. Big, stompy robots. So maybe I should have gone with Kador instead of Protectorate as my preferred faction for Warmachine. Who knows? Maybe I'll change. But overall, I like these. I like the look. They just have that big, beefy, you know, looks like they had an old tractor and they needed a warjack, and this is what we got. So I do like that. So that is the Decimator. Let's take a look at the Juggernaut. This guy, I might have to get his base weighted a little bit because he is a little bit back heavy, but that would have been my fault for where I glued him down. Obviously, he's going to run into some spacing issues for doing the turnaround. Again, I like this one. Much beefier, much bulkier. It's clearly a close combat warjack, so designed to get in and just start wailing away. Again, I have no issues with these. This set actually went together very well. I'm not gonna complain about 30 minutes of assembly in order to get to the table. All right, so that's the Juggernaut, and then finally we have Lord Kozlov, the Warcaster. So this was 4 pieces, 2 arms, and a head, and the body. That was it. They've got actually little notches in the shoulder joints, and so actually went together very easily. Didn't have to worry too much about where the pieces sat. Again, I'm not entirely sure why they included the slot base on this one, but that's fine. I am just glad that they didn't include slot bases for the heavy jacks. So, anyways, that is the Khador Battlegroup. Overall, like I said, I'm very happy with these. I'm definitely going to get them painted up and probably throw them on the table. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure because I'm just not sure about the future of Warmachine. But they're in my collection, and we'll see. We'll have some fun with it, and I'll get some more stuff out for them on the channel later. So with that said, I do appreciate you watching, and I appreciate your time today. If you did like what I showed you, please give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I do have the Crix and the Retribution of Skyra battle groups still to unbox. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to get to those. Like I said in the Protectorate video, these are going to be more kind of filler when I need some stuff for Miniature Monday. But overall, look forward to them. They will be coming out later. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.